Although there are tons of systems to learn the notes on the guitar neck, the reality is there's no one-size-fits-all approach to mastering the fretboard. Our brains work differently. Sometimes a fresh look at a familiar or common approach can make everything suddenly click like never before. And this time, I'm going to show you a way to take simple triad shapes and decorate them into extremely musical sounding pieces that you can play over almost any chord progression. Let's do a quick explanation of the notes in the key of D minor for context. The notes in the key of D minor are D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, and back to D. And this is the key of D natural minor or D Aeolian. It shares the exact same notes as the F major scale. We need to understand the number system in minor because this translates to any minor key you want to move it to later. The 1 in this key is D, the 2 is E, the flatted third is F, and the 4th is G, the 5th is A, the flatted 6th is B flat, and the flatted 7th is C. And then we're back to the 1 at D. There is no 8 in scales. The progression that I'm using today is a groovy progression that goes 1 minor to the 4 minor, and then 1 minor to the flat 6 major, and then to the 5 chord. So, this follows the number system in minor. The 1 chord is a D minor, the 4 chord is a G minor, the flat 6 chord is a B flat major, and the 5 chord is A major. That actually gives us one note outside of the key of D minor. That's in this A major chord, but for hundreds of years, musicians have turned this 5 minor chord in a minor key into a 5 major, and that is A major in this case. So we can go into the theory behind that another day. Make sure to download the track and the diagrams from the link below in the description. I'll make sure to put all the PDFs and the backing track as well. Let's look at 3 ways to make these triad shapes more interesting. We'll start with the D minor shape at the 10th fret. That's going to be XXX 10 10 10. So when using triads, we want to use really good voice leading, meaning that we want to be able to play the closest G minor to this D minor chord. So it needs to live on the same strings. So the closest one, that's going to be XXX 12 11 10. And conveniently, there is also a nearby B flat major chord. That's that flat 6 chord, right? So XXX, I'm not playing the EAD, and then 10 11 10. You could play that like a kind of a normal D major triad shape, or you could do a little bar. No big deal either way. And then the 5 chord is just a half step lower than that chord. 1 fret toward the headstock. That's XXX 9 10 9. The first step in order to sound great using these triads over this backing track is you need to get into the groove. You need to be able to hear the 1, 2, the 3, and the 4. Let's listen. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to understand what the drummer and the bass player are laying down. There's also already those big chords going on in the track, which is why we're using these smaller triad shapes higher up the guitar neck. One thing that you'll hear on thousands of records is chord parts that hit on beats 2 and 4 with like a nice little stab. So let's try that together. It'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that sounds great, but we can go ahead and add an awesome little variation. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the 2 and then right on beat 4 as well. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 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 Now you can keep that going, play that with the track after this video, but you want to work on that. Now we can also swap that and play on beat 2 and then the notes on beat 4 and. Let's try that together. I'll let that chord progression come around. 2, 3, 4. 2, 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 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 1, 2. All right, both sound great. And after you practice this, you want to feel free to mix and match the two. If you're enjoying this triads lesson and would like a more step-by-step approach to understanding triads across the entire guitar neck, I've just added 4 brand new lessons on triads to my Solo on Guitar Pro course. You can grab this course today and get 50% off as a thank you for watching this lesson. Just click the link down in the description. Now let's take it a step further and talk about decorating these triad chord shapes. One of the simplest ways to make them sound great is with a half-step approach from below each chord. So all that I'm doing here is taking the chord shape, playing it from 1 fret below, and sliding into it. You can do this almost any time you play a chord in literally any song. You hear this all the time in blues playing especially. So another way that's really great to decorate these chords and make them more interesting is to arpeggiate them instead of strumming. Arpeggiating just means picking the notes individually, kind of like this. You can combine the two ideas. Now before we move on, remember that you can play the same set of triads in 3 different locations on the neck. I've included those other inversion shapes in the free PDF that's linked in the video description below, along with the backing track that I'm playing over today. What we're going to do now is decorate the triads with D minor scale notes that live around the chord shapes. All of these notes will come from either the classic D minor pentatonic box that lives at the 10th fret, or the full 7-note D minor scale. So obviously, we actually only need the notes that live on the 3 thinnest strings, right? As for the 7-note scale, or there's the pentatonic. The reason that we want to know where the scale notes are is you can just add any of the notes that are in the scale as a hammer-on, pull-off, or even just arpeggiate and play between them. Let me demonstrate the D minor chord. Here's our chord. Here are the scale notes. I could literally play those or hammer or pull off any of them. Okay, how about the G minor chord? So still using the same scale shape. The B flat chord. And the A major chord. And now this is all of those chords together in the progression, decorating and trying to play some melody with those scale notes. Now that you've learned how to turn triads into great sounding music, make sure to watch this video next in order to learn 26 years of guitar practice in only 21 minutes.